You worked hard. You stayed disciplined. You did the right thing. But still, nothing happened. No result, no recognition, no change. And that voice inside begins to whisper, "What's the point of trying if nothing changes?" This is where most people break. Not because life is cruel, but because they've been taught to attach their worth to what happens after they act. But the Stoics saw things differently. They believed your peace must never depend on things you don't control, and the outcome, no matter how desired, was never in your hands. What was? Your effort, your focus, your virtue. In this episode, we'll explore 5 timeless Stoic lessons that teach us how to act with full intensity, without becoming a slave to results. This mindset won't just change the way you work, it will change the way you live. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Focus on the process, not the praise. We all crave recognition, a thank you, a reward, a moment of applause. But the Stoics warned, if your energy depends on being noticed, you will never be free. Marcus Aurelius said, "Just do the right thing. The rest is not your concern. What if no one claps? What if no one sees the effort you put in? Then you must still act, because the action itself is the reward. When you detach from praise, you become powerful. You're no longer performing for approval. You're practicing excellence for its own sake. The Stoic doesn't chase external validation. He builds internal alignment. He sharpens his craft because it's the right thing to do, not because someone is watching. The more you focus on the process, the more peace you feel, even when the outcome disappoints, because you'll know you were honest, you were consistent, and that is enough. Do the work. Let the world say what it wants. You are not here to impress. You are here to grow. Lesson 2. Detach from the fruits of your labor. 250 words. You prepare, you sacrifice, you give your best. And yet, you fail. It's a brutal moment. Because deep down, you thought effort guaranteed success. But the Stoics remind us, you are entitled to your labor, not to the fruits of it. Epictetus. This is where most people give up, not because they lack ability, but because they expected something in return. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you understand the difference between what is yours and what is not. Effort is yours. Outcome is not. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you steady. It makes you resilient. Because once you let go of the fruit, you stop measuring your worth by wins or losses, and start measuring by consistency and courage. The Stoic plants the seed, waters it faithfully, but never demands the bloom. Why? Because growth is not measured in what you get, but in who you become, regardless of what comes next. Lesson 3. Play your role. Don't rewrite the script. Life isn't a blank canvas. You were born into a certain family, body, time, and place. You didn't choose the scene, but you can choose how you show up in it. Seneca said, "Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the performance that matters." In other words, the Stoic doesn't waste energy resenting the role. He steps into it with presence and dignity. Maybe you're not the lead. Maybe your moment is quiet. Maybe your path is different from what you imagined. Still, act it well. Because when you stop trying to rewrite the script, you gain the power to fully embody your part. You become the grounded father, the reliable teammate, the calm in the storm. That strength, not found in controlling the story, but in owning your scene. You don't need to be center stage to live meaningfully. You just need to show up with virtue, no matter the spotlight. Lesson 4. Let reason guide, not emotion. You failed, they ignored you. Something unfair happened. And emotions rise. Anger, shame, bitterness, despair. It's easy to act from that place, to lash out, to shut down, to spiral. But Stoicism asks you to pause, to create space between the feeling and the action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it." Simple words, but they require strength, because reason is quiet, emotion is loud. The Stoic trains himself to hear reason, even when emotions scream. This isn't about suppressing feeling, it's about letting logic lead. Ask yourself, what are the facts? What is in my control? What is the wise response? Not the easy one. The mind becomes sharp when it isn't pushed around by every mood. It becomes trustworthy. In every situation, ask, am I reacting or responding? The difference determines everything. Lesson 5. Judge yourself by effort, not outcome. The world worships results, trophies, rankings, attention. But Stoics, they worship effort, because outcomes lie outside your control. But effort is fully yours. Each day the Stoic asks, did I show up? Did I act with courage? Did I stay true to my principles? If the answer is yes, that is success. Even if you lost, even if they laughed, even if it all fell apart, because true power isn't in being admired, it's in being aligned. When your actions match your values, you don't need applause to feel proud. This doesn't mean you don't aim high. It means you don't collapse when things go wrong. You rise, you learn, you return to the path. That's what Stoic mastery looks like. Effort, repeated, regardless of outcome. We live in a world obsessed with results, with winning, with proving, with constant comparison. But what if peace didn't come after you won? But while you were still trying, the Stoics knew something most people forget. The outcome is not the test. Your integrity is. So plant seeds without expecting flowers. Speak truth even when no one's listening. Act with excellence even when no one is watching. Let go of needing it to work. Let go of needing it to be fair. Let go of needing it to be seen. And instead, let your discipline be enough. Let your effort be enough. Let your virtue be enough. If this message helped clear your mind, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom every week. And remember, you don't act because of what might happen. You act because it's who you've chosen to be. That is freedom.